Alright, man, it's been a while since we've done one of these. So let's get it started. Yeah, so anyways, to not do anything to achieve a state, that's good. It's so dark in this room right now. So anyways, yeah, so don't do anything to achieve anything. That's, that's extremely important. I think that's like the entire basis to really being happy. Once you do anything to achieve anything, or if you're doing things to achieve things, like worry and stress are going to come into your life, and thinking and too much thinking and thinking that you're not good enough. That's going to enter your life. You're going to start to see everything as a failure or a pass. Yeah, it's just not going to be good. So don't do anything to achieve anything. God, this is so far away. So, whatever. Yeah, let me move it closer. Or something. I don't know, it just doesn't seem right to me. Okay. Alright, there we go. That could be better. Is that better? Yeah, I think that's better. Okay. That's more like it. Okay, alright. So don't do anything to achieve a state, and don't do anything for an outcome. Winnie the Pooh rocks. Let's see, never listen to the mind when the mind tells you certain things, like, if the mind is like, oh, this and this and that, you don't have to believe it. There's this thing I like to call the floating mind method. If you're starting to think certain thoughts, unhealthy thoughts, depressive thoughts, or anything like that, what you do is you take yourself, put yourself over into the corner of a room, and start asking yourself a series of questions. Certain things like, why am I thinking about the past when the past is not here? Questions like, why am I allowing the past to control me when the past isn't here? The past is gone. The past doesn't exist anymore. So why am I allowing things to control me that do not exist? Why am I letting situations control me? Why am I letting people control me? I shouldn't allow people or situations to control me at all. So that's very important. I'm just freestyling today. I mean, you can tell I haven't done one of these in a long time. I don't really have an agenda. So, so don't do anything to achieve anything. Something I wrote the other day was really interesting. I said something like, it's behind me on the wall. You see I have writing all over the wall. Every time I have an idea for my book, I'm like, put it on a piece of notebook paper, hanging on the wall. It said that in order to find long-term happiness within yourself and love within yourself, you'll start to realize, or when you finally have love within yourself and happiness within yourself, you start to realize that life is just about laughing and connecting with people and enjoying yourself. That achieving things or getting better at things is not going to really bring you happiness in life. If anything, it'll bring you more suffering in your life. When you start to try to achieve things. You know, like whenever I try to achieve anything or get better at anything or be significant or want to be known for something, it's always a bad feeling. And if it's not a bad feeling at first, it becomes a bad feeling later on. That's really important. Because at first you're so caught up in it. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be the best guitarist in the world. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be the best basketball player in the world. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be the best writer in the world. This book is gonna rock. And after a while, that thought process starts to eat at you, and over time, you start to suffer because of it. So yeah, knowing that achieving things or getting better at things or being significant is not really going to bring you any long-term enjoyment in life, and that there's really no need to be anything or attain more or want more. It's actually really good. I should just read it to you. But yeah, life is all about just like laughing and connecting with people and enjoying yourself. And one of the best ways to do that is to forget your conditioning and to be in the present moment and to become nothing, to become nothingness, to not identify with anything, to not claim to be the best guitar player in the world or the best, banana eater in the world. Because once you claim to be something, then you got to defend it. And then you got to be like, oh, okay, yeah. So if you're sitting playing the guitar, I've already talked about this in a video, but if you're sitting playing the guitar and you tell people that you're a good guitar player, and somebody comes up to you and they're like, yeah, man, like my cousin's a better guitar player than you. I thought you told me you were a good guitar player. Then you're like, oh, man. And you have to defend yourself. Or you might not like that person anymore. Or you might think that person's being mean to you. Or you might like feel upset because you said you were a good guitar player. Now people think you're not. But if you're like, hey, man, like, I never claimed to be a good guitar player. I just have fun playing the guitar, whatever, How's your day going? And then they would be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, my day's going good, man. Yeah, whatever. Simple stuff, dude. Yeah, so don't claim to be good at anything, or don't claim to be anything. If I'm like, I'm a writer, then if people read my writing, they're like, I thought you said you were a writer. You're not very good. There's a really good line from Field of Dreams, which is the dopest movie ever, especially if you have father issues and you were abandoned by your dad, or you did something mean to one of your parents. And this guy, he used to be a writer back in the 60s, but he hadn't written an article or book in years. And Kevin Costner didn't think he'd ever write again. And James Earl Jones, the guy that used to write, he was like, I think I'm going to write this. I think I'm going to write about this story. And Kevin Costner was like, I thought you'd never write again. You're going to write it? You're going to write this? You're going to write about this? And James Earl Jones said, it's what I do. He didn't say, yeah, of course, I'm a writer. He never said, I am. He never said, I am a writer. He just said, it's what I do. He does it because he has fun doing it. He does it because he enjoys doing it. He never claimed to be a writer. So it's always good whenever you don't claim to be anything. Like me, I don't identify with anything. You know, like I never say I'm a Christian, a Buddhist, a Hindu. I don't say any of those things. I don't claim to be anything. I don't claim to be a liberal or a Democrat or a Republican or any of those things. But if somebody asked me, if they're like, you know, what are you? You're like, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, if anything, if somebody asks me what I am, I'll just be like, I'm a nada. Nothing. I don't claim to be anything. I just am. I just exist. And you know, if it really gets into it, I could say I'm creation. I am connected to everything in creation. I am creation. Everything is creation. And now that's interesting. And that might spark a good conversation because, you know, somebody can't be like, you're not creation. And if they do, you're like, all right, I don't really care. You know, like if I'm not creation and the squirrel's not creation, the tree's not creation, then what's creation? I don't know. If anything, it'll be an interesting conversation. But nobody's gonna really hate you for saying you're creation. You don't really have to defend yourself for saying you're creation or saying you're nothing. Who cares? Doesn't really matter. Yeah, man. So yeah, don't do anything to achieve anything. And you'd be much, much happier. And the days will go by and everything will be filled with enjoyment. Life will become very simple. And you'll see yourself drifting into the present moment much more often. And when you get to the present moment, you start to develop love. Wow, that was cool. These two egrets just flew like 10 feet, like 10 feet by my window. That was awesome. Egrets are these big, like white birds, like that big, and they just like flew right by my window, like 10 feet away. That was awesome. So yeah, like when you're the present moment, that was so cool. So when you're the present moment, like you just develop this love within you, and it's just so much easier to love others and give love and listen to others and start to not talk as much because you don't really have much to say. You pretty much figured everything out. I guess I spend the majority of my time listening throughout the day. I know I talk during these videos because I'm kind of supposed to, but most of my day is just about listening to others. And every once in a while asking questions, but usually I don't even have to ask a question because people just riff. There's this cool guy. He's like an Indian guy. One of my favorite things that he says is that if your neighbor